Hello, viewers. I have a funny story to share, or not, I wouldn't say funny, but amusing maybe. And so I'm not in my normal location. I'm in the city location, and this is kind of where the day job merges with the hobby that we all love with our fans, vintage fans, etc. The YouTube channel, and so the story goes, and I apologize for any bad camera work because I don't have the tripod. So it goes like this. I had yesterday a day job work obligation, so I came to the city location for the night, and yesterday at this conference, I had some materials from work shipped to me to my other location in I would say more so the country. This I'm in the city, so I physically brought those materials here. It was like 2 boxes. It wasn't much. It was 2 boxes, and both boxes were the same size and arrived at the same time, because when I went outside they were basically stacked on one another. I thought, okay, this is what I need. These are my materials. So brought them to the city, brought them to the venue I was at. And one box was really, really light, but it was a big box. And I was kind of rolling my eyes. I'm like, what did the office do? What's in this? What could be in this box? Well, it couldn't be a smaller box or an envelope or something. So I'm unpacking the boxes, surrounded by other people, with them doing the same thing as basically a conference or a trade show, if you will, small conference. And so I open the box, and there's a bunch of those, like those air pillows or whatever you call those, to fill up the box. And what the heck? Did someone just send me a box of these? So I get to the bottom and I see this, right? And I thought, oh no, I know what it is. I shouldn't have taken this box. I should have looked at it. And turns out it is a set of fan blades. And so this is where the work and the hobby all kind of come together. So I fairly quickly put it all back together. So I got rid of the box because I was like, I don't need a box. And the materials, there's a lot of materials I was getting rid of yesterday as people were coming by, handouts and whatnot. So I had room in my main box to just stick this whole thing in and bring it back into where I'm staying. And I just thought I would share this. So shout out to Lamont the Fan Man. The story behind this is I went to the Lasko website, and basically he and I have been kind of lamenting that Lasko no longer makes the metal bladed box fan that they discontinued a few years ago, and they're next to impossible to find. So he did a video on, he basically built his own and suggested I do the same, and I thought it would be a fun project. According to Lamont, you could still get this. Even though they have the switch listed on there, or not the switch, the knob, you no longer can get the knob. In his video, he actually switched the knob too, which is a nice touch. I like that. But that's no longer available. He did point out that the reason this is still available is because they use the same blade set on the wind machine or the floor fan or whatever. So this is still available, and I thought, you know what? I didn't purchase the actual box fan to do the conversion to yet, but I wanted to grab this because every time it seems like I find a real interest in doing something, it gets discontinued. So I'm like, let me get my hands on these. This was like $22, and it came really quick. It came within a week. So thank you, Lamont. I'll make sure to tag you in the description below. make sure you check out his channel. He does some cool stuff with fans, really does. I've learned from him, and he's made some good suggestions on this channel too. So I'm going to do that. So what he did was he bought the Air King, because that's basically a commercial fan. It's kind of like the next closest thing, and I think according to Lasko, that was really to replace this fan in a way. Has a wider cabinet. The question I have for Lamont is, and I did not investigate this yet, is will the motor on that Air King be okay with this blade, and or is it the same motor that was in the metal bladed version that had this original blade? That would be good to know. So this is my pseudo unboxing and sharing. So whenever I see this blade going forward, whether I actually when I acquire an Air King and make the conversion, whether I actually keep it that way or not, but every time I see these blades, I'll think of Lamont and I'll think of my silly little story of basically opening this in front of a bunch of coworkers that have nothing, not coworkers, but industry colleagues that have nothing to do with vintage fans or any type of fan. Pretty funny, pretty cool. I wish I almost had like a little stand to set it up at my table, because it would have been a talking point to attract people over to my table. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and as I use this on the project, I will be sure to share more. Just so you know, if you're interested in doing this as well, it does ship with the, this is where they keep the screw. I was looking all over for like a little bag or something, because on the invoice it says, you know, blade set with screw, but they smartly just screw it in here. A tip that Lamont has shared also is when you go to mount it on the shaft of the Air King, mount the screw in the flat part of the shaft so it stays on. So Lamont, thanks again for that. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about this potential project. See you next time.